Let's get straight to it. Unfortunately, I already just recorded this video. Like, I literally was talking for like 15 minutes straight, and then in the last minute or so, I was talking about my top 5 favorite anime, and I literally repeated my five, but for some reason I thought I was saying only four. So I was trying to repeat my top five, and I kept on thinking I'm only saying four of them. So then I was thinking what the fifth one is, and it just I lost my mind. And yeah, I'm not gonna edit it, so I was like, let me just repeat myself. At least now I know what I'm gonna talk about in this video. So if you're still here, what are my thoughts on anime? I think it's awesome. But before I get more specific about my analysis or what I really think about anime, let's just talk about my journey. So I started watching anime around COVID times, and before then I thought anime was really weird. Like, I thought if you watch anime you're a loser. That's probably why I never got into it, just because I feel like what society thought, you kind of wanted to fit in. And I'm sure that if I really did enjoy anime, if people asked me like, what do you watch, and I said anime, they probably would have thought of me weird. But I feel like after that, like especially in COVID times, like anime became kind of cool. Like, if you don't watch anime, you're kind of weird at this point. But yeah, so I had Netflix, so during COVID times I just scrolled away, and I found One Punch Man, and I thought One Punch Man was awesome. Saitama was goated, and I'm definitely gonna watch season 2 soon, especially since season 3 is coming out. I don't know, next month or something. And after that, I watched Naruto. So I got into the big three really quickly, and Naruto was amazing. It really was. I watched it with my mom as well. She really enjoyed it. I put it on some other shows, like she watched Seven Deadly Sins. She liked it. Um, Growing up, she watched Sailor Moon as well, so she had some knowledge. Same with my uncle as well. Like, it was kind of cool because I saw him like a month ago, and we had like a really good convo, and like we actually started talking about anime because I brought it up, because I was like, what anime did you watch growing up? And obviously his favorite was like Dragon Ball, but he knows like the new stuff as well. Like, he knows about Demon Slayer, he knows about Attack on Titan, like I think he knows about Jujutsu. Like, he hasn't watched those, but he knew a lot. Like, he actually was trying to recommend me a show called Kuroko's Basket, but I already seen it. And we were talking about like the final movie as well. It was like awesome. Like, I never expected that from him. Cause it's like sometimes like older people, especially because I'm still like young, I'm 19, but like older people like that, not like necessarily old, but like you just sometimes don't perceive them to know some of the like newer stuff, if that makes sense, right? Like, if I walked to a 6-year-old and I started having a convo with him, I wouldn't expect him to know about like, I don't know, like Attack on Titan realistically. But if he knew about it, I'd be like, this is awesome. Like, let's talk about more. So that's kind of how it was. He also like talked about like Slam Dunk and stuff, which actually is coming to Netflix this Sunday. So I might have to give it a try. But yeah, after Naruto, I just started watching like a lot of random shows. Like, I watched Parasite the Maxine, which is underrated. If you've never seen it, go watch that. Um, I got into all the big three. I've watched a bit of One Piece, but I'm hoping soon to really, get further into the story now. I've watched all of Bleach. I love Bleach. And something I forgot to mention, obviously, because I'm re-recording this video. The reason I'm also making this video is just because I have briefly mentioned in my other videos that I do have another channel. And that channel is dedicated to anime. I make anime video essays and those sorts of type of videos. And I like anime. I don't consume it, like over consume it. Recently I haven't really been watching much, but I watch enough that I can make videos on it, and I enjoy doing that. I do it once a week right now, and it doesn't stop me from anything. It doesn't make me lazier. So what I hear a lot from other people saying, like I've heard it from like Hamza, is like anime is like for losers or something. And like, I do understand what he's saying, because I mean that applies for like all social media as a consumer and TV in general. Like, if you watch too much of it, obviously like you're kind of wasting your life away, right? You're just watching like 8 hours a day, and you're not really doing anything productive per se. But if you're doing it in moderation, like, I don't know, an hour at max, like I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I don't watch anime per every day, even for an hour. Like, this week, for instance, I've only watched like one episode of. I watched the latest Demon Slayer Hashira episode because it finally came out in dub. Which, yo, if you hate dub, don't leave a comment about dub sucking. I don't care. I'm gonna watch it always in dub. I started watching it in dub, and I'm just gonna stick to it. Don't get me wrong. I've watched animes in sub, especially with like Vinland Saga season 2. When it first came out, I just wanted to watch immediately because I read the manga and I was like, I gotta see this. So I just watched it in sub. Like, I don't have an issue with sub, but if I could pick one from the other, I'm just gonna do dub. And as I was saying, I watched a lot of stuff: Parasite, the Maxim, The Big Three, Seven Deadly Sins, Attack on Titan. Like, I've watched a lot of the new gen, like Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu. I haven't gotten to My Hero. I don't think I will. Definitely not Tokyo Revengers. Respectfully, never. I'm actually currently watching Yu Yu Hakusho, which is kind of an older show, but it's really good. Like, if I could recommend you an anime, go watch Yu Yu Hakusho. Maybe try out the manga if it's any better. Because sometimes the pacing does like just suck in anime in general. Like, even if the anime is like good, it's always gonna be easier to just get through the story in manga form, just because it takes less time to read than watch 20-minute episodes. But yeah, as I was saying, after that I kind of like started watching other stuff too. Like, I got into mangas as well. Like, I've read a fair share of Berserk. I finished the Fable, which, look, guys, I love my mainstream anime, but I know some of the, a little unpopular options, I guess you could say, such as The Fable. That's the best manga I've ever read outside of like Vinland Saga. I'm caught up with Jujutsu Kaisen. I finished Demon Slayer. Right now I'm reading Homunculus. Like, I've broadened my range of anime mangas. Obviously, if you start talking to me about like slice of life, I got no clue. Not gonna lie. The only like also, if you include like romance animes, I've watched a bit of Toradora, but that's about like maybe like 5 episodes. That's about it. And I don't know. It just wasn't my cup of tea, I guess. And I know that's like kind of like a generic anime as well, like a romance anime. But I don't know. I'm just not really that interested in romance, like movie related stuff. I mean, I feel like most of the time the plot is kind of like obvious. Like, a lot of the times when I watch romance movies, like, I can kind of just like predict the plot. Like, usually at the end, I mean at the beginning, like two people meet, everything goes well, and then something like terrible happens. They kind of like break it off, or like they fall apart, and then in the end they always like come back together, right? So it's pretty predictable. So that's probably the main portion, like the main reason I'm not interested in those type of animes. But also, I don't know, like, I don't really care about like I remember, what was it, Toradora, like Taika, that was her name, Tiger, and then the other guy, like, I don't know what, like, I don't really care about their relationship building up. Like, it's not my type of style. I would rather just see people fighting. Like Hunter x Hunter, man, top 5 anime easily. But like shows like that, I just prefer because it's like action filled. Maybe that's like very generic, and that's like a beginner anime fan. But I mean, I've watched definitely like some masterpieces. Like Monster was really good. Death Note is another one I really like. Like, Death Note is like probably one of the best recommendations you could give someone, especially starting anime. But yeah, now I guess I'll actually like further explain my thoughts on anime. Just apart from saying that I think that they're good. So like, I think I'm kind of happy with like how anime is like progressing. Like, I feel like it being like more popularized is amazing for it, especially with shows like Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan getting like a lot of traction in the Western society. And it's just good, especially for like younger kids, because I feel like, honestly, like if a kid had the option to like watch like Demon Slayer or something, then like, I don't know, the Kim Kardashian show, like, I mean, just watch like Demon Slayer, man. Like, when I was watching Naruto at like 16 years old, like, Naruto was really inspirational, man. Like, take away like, everything that is wrong with it. Like, you can really be picky about every anime. Like, oh, Chroma's a demon, like it's promoting like bad things, right? Or I don't know, like yada yada yada, or like the plot sucks, right? Like, you can always like just complain about everything. Like it's not hard to do that. Like even like Demon Slayer, like oh, demons, that's not a good thing to promote. I guess associate with the devil. And I mean, I get that, but when you're watching Naruto, man, like you're not really like taking that into consideration. You're just like looking at Naruto's story, and bro, the guy is so inspirational. Like I cried a few times. Like when he met his mom, man, that was really emotional. But I mean, at that age, like I was inspired by Naruto. Like you could literally say it's kind of like a role model, like a little bit of a role model. Like he really pushed me to like work harder, I guess you could say. So in that aspect, I think it's good for like the younger generations, even like people like my age, like 19, 20, to watch anime. And I mean, at the end of the day, like everyone's gonna have some free time, and you don't always have to use your free time to like just further yourself with money and status and stuff. Like, yes, you should be pursuing these type of things for yourself and for the people that you truly care about. But like the most important thing in life at the end of the day is health. Like I don't care what anybody says. Like you can say it's money, but like we all die at the end of the day. And like if all you did throughout your life was just chase money, like did you really like even enjoy your life, man? Like I guess the journey might have been pleasurable, but I mean that depends what type of work you did, right? But I feel like the most important thing will always be health and memories. So me, watching the occasional anime, I don't see an issue with it. I really don't. If I'm ever feeling down and I just, watch some comedy sitcom, I mean, it makes me feel better. I'm not like now, I'm not that invested that I just spend like countless of hours. Obviously, binge watching isn't good. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier in this video, but, or maybe it was the previous one that I was recording, but I obviously, a lot of people like Hamza, they say that, anime is for losers and stuff. And I mean, him looking anime, he just has a very, I feel like, simple mind about it. He just thinks, oh, this is a distraction. Like we have to, better ourselves. And yeah, I mean, you should better yourselves, but I mean, you spending 30 minutes watching like an episode occasionally, or like even one like every day, like it's not really gonna like make you a loser or I don't know, hinder your progress in life, right? Like that's okay. Like everyone does it. Like the older people, they're like scrolling on TikTok or like Facebook primarily, and they get some laughs. Like that's not really a bad thing. It might develop into a bad habit. Don't get me wrong. That's why he might have said that, because he doesn't want it to get worse for you. But I mean, I feel him though, because when I was younger, I used to like really binge watch anime, and it wasn't good. I was like ignoring schoolwork, and honestly, like I remember once I was studying for an exam, and my mom like she wanted to watch Naruto because we were at the pain arc, and bro, she watched it without me, and I could hear it in the background. And I was so like kind of upset. Not gonna lie, like, I was like, yo, can my exam just be over with? So I probably didn't give all my like full concentration toward that exam. But I mean, at the end of the day, like it's over now. That class didn't matter. But nowadays, like I don't really be watching that much anime. So for me, it's just when I actually want to watch something. Like I feel like COVID times, a lot of people were binge watching anime, but now like it's kind of different. Now we just watch like really specific things. Like I barely read nowadays, but when I do, I mean, I stay consistent. But I mean, I don't let myself burn out. And like with anime, like this week, I've only watched like one episode. I watched the latest Demon Slayer, like the last episode, Demon Slayer Hashira, like training, like episode 8, because he came out in dub, and I was kind of like just waiting on it, because damn, I forget if I mentioned it in this video or the one that I just recorded and I had to delete it. But yeah, I'm a dub watcher. If you enjoy sub, good for you. If you're a dub hater, don't even bother commenting. I really don't care. I have no issue with sub. I'll watch it in sub if I have to. But if I have the option between the two, I'm always gonna watch dub, respectfully. Unless the dub is horrendous. But that hasn't really happened much. Usually they're okay for most part. And yeah, I don't know, like I guess the only other thing I can say is that yeah, conclusion, anime is pretty good. Don't overconsume it and watch it in moderation, and I don't think it's an issue at all. I think it's going I think it's going into a right direction, and I hope more people are introduced to it. I guess no issue with it. And if I had to give you guys my top five, I would say Attack on Titan, Death Note, Hunter x Hunter, Bleach, and Vinland Saga. That's my top five. Pretty basic, maybe, but these are probably the best anime slash mangas that I've read. And yeah, I've really felt strong towards these five, and I really enjoy them, and I always love talking with others about them. And I don't think that's a bad thing. If I'm able to, connect with my uncle through watching anime and we have a good conversation, we laugh, and we have a good time with each other, like, you're really gonna tell me that's a bad thing? Like, that's a good memory. But I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to say, but I forgot about it. Oh yeah, if you're gonna ask me about my anime channel, I'm not gonna tell you it. You're gonna have to figure it out by yourself. If you ever come across it, especially if I gain more traction on here, you might come across it. It's not like the most successful, but maybe the anime channel will blow up before this one, right? I mean, it's definitely more successful than this one, but we're not monetized yet, so that's some info for you. We have a couple of hundred subscribers, but not yet the 1,000 mark. But yeah, if you ever come across it, I guess leave a comment like, hey, I know you from another channel, but I'm not gonna myself promote it on here because that's not really the purpose of the channel. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Peace.